Hey guys, it's Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, I am a big fan of video games. Unfortunately, I don't get a lot of time to play, but when I do, I enjoy it. I usually play campaigns and not online, but you'll get a picture of what my favorite video games are as I pick the top 2 real firearms that are depicted in video games and what the best ones ever are. So as always, we're going to start off with the lowest pick to the highest pick. So number 2, I am going to say, is the HK SOCOM, or the HK Mark 23, featured in Metal Gear Solid, the original PlayStation 1 game. Now, there is a bit of a caveat here. I can't justify playing 2100 for a Mark 23 45 when the USP 45 was remade, and if you watch Chris Bartocci's videos, he talks about how the Navy SEALs requested something a little bit more compact. That Mark 23 is just huge, but they completely based the USP 45 on the Mark 23. It's the exact same pistol with all the finish and bells and whistles. It's just a little more compact. So as you can see, I have the can on there. I love this Griffin pistol suppressor. So I am going to say the SOCOM, but USP basically. So if you look at the original game, of course, it's iconic. Solid Snake had the SOCOM. He did get a USP later on from that lady. You know, he had the M9 for a long time, but he did have the 9mm USP. But it's been conjectured, and a lot of people said, of course, he's a 45 guy because of the SOCOM, so it makes sense that he would have liked his USP in 45. So I am a big HK firearm. I'm a Glock fanboy too, but I've had Glocks fail on me. I've never had a HK jam on me. It's superior in every way, from its German craftsmanship to its hammer-fired configuration. It's just a superior firearm. I simply love this pistol, and 45 is just great suppressed too. Even like the plus P ammo is subsonic, so you just cannot go wrong. I had a dream shooting this, and this is definitely grail for me. I do have sort of a traditional twist-on mount here, so I do want to go with their Easy Cam or some of their cam lock systems with Griffin, so I'm going to upgrade to that. But I got an aftermarket light mount on here, which has been a lot of fun. So there's other games besides Metal Gear that have featured the USP, including Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six. It's interesting that this summer, Starfield added a USP 45 to their inventory of weapons. So it's still a popular weapon in video games, but I would have to say that this has just been iconic, and I'm not going to lie, I did get the USP because I had enjoyed playing that game so much in college, and just the SOCOM and the USP is just iconic. In this configuration especially, it's a no-brainer, so I had to go with this as number 2. Number 1, I'm going to have to say the HK MP5. Now, obviously, this is not a real MP5. This is the civilian pistol version. This is the SP5, but I do have that same Griffin can on here, and I am just enamored with this. And you can't just say it's only Metal Gear Solid, because to tell you the truth, I have actually liked this in other games even more, including Counter-Strike, Far Cry 3, Call of Duty 4, several Call of Duty games, the Modern Warfare, Battlefield Hardline, Rainbow Six. I think the best version of this, or depiction of the MP5, was in the Half-Life games. But Solid Snake did have one of these, but it was in a more obscure game that was a Japanese release only, or you can sometimes get it on PC. But he did like HK, and he had a lot of similar weapons, so it makes sense to me that Solid Snake would use an MP5. There's just something about it. I find irresistible. Now, I did have kind of the original Navy furniture on it, but I couldn't resist just upgrading it to something more modern with the M-LOK fore-end here. And of course, the EOTech. It's just a no-brainer for a, type of a sub gun. This is just fantastic. Recoil is next to nothing. Very accurate and suppressed like this. It's just a dream to shoot. Sounds like a frickin' laser gun going off. So simply love it. And I just have to say, especially because of Half-Life and the Call of Duty games, that this would be my #1 choice. Now, I know there's a lot of AKs and M4s and all kinds of variations that I really liked, but this just seems to stand out with the ghost ring, the diopter rear sight there. It's just more iconic to me, a little more fun. Maybe not as much firepower as some of those rifles, but still, I simply love this in video games, and they depict it so well because it's so different and iconic. So let me know what you think. I know there will be a lot of arguing on this, but I have to say the SOCOM/USP and the MP5 are the top 2 firearms in video games, and it's no coincidence that they are both HK, which I feel is the top firearms maker in the world. Absolutely. People will argue about that, but you just can't deny that they are quality weapons. So thanks for tuning in. I'll have more videos up soon. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch